The reality that we live in is pulsating with energy and governed by laws. Understanding the basic principles of these patterns enables us to attract the things into our lives which we need and want. Circumstances do not determine your state of being. Your state of being determines your circumstances. Know the laws before you break them. Things change, people change. Change is the inevitable laws of nature exacting its toll on lives. You must be aware of who you are. Use your ability to do all things right and have all things turn out well for you without hindrance through personal feelings, prejudice, impedance, or encumbrance to make your mark impeccably and in a way that is free from any subjective preference and full of excellence. People come and go from our life. This is one of the most haunting laws of this nature. But these people teach us many things which we might not see at first, but when they are gone, we really understand their meaning in our life. Laws, God's guidance to a stressless life. Evil comes into our lives because we do not follow the laws set by God for our own good. Useless laws weaken the necessary laws. No man works harder than he must. The joy of living lies in making little things big. Try never to do what you do not want to do. The secret of a happy old age is in never doing what you do not want to do. The laws of life are such and such. They cannot be ignored. You must act in conformity with them, for they proclaim the rights of man, which are universal and common to all. All laws are made to be followed, replaced, broken, or improved. The spirit of laws is just like this. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past are certain to miss the future. Let me be a free man, free to travel, free to stop, free to work, free to trade where I choose, free to choose my own teachers, free to follow the religion of my fathers, free to talk, think, and act for myself, and I will obey every law or submit to the penalty. In civilized life, law floats in a sea of ethics. All love is expansion. All selfishness is contraction. Be grateful for what you have now as you begin to think about all the things in your life you are grateful for. You will be amazed at the never-ending thoughts that come back to you of more things to be grateful for. You have to make a start, and then the law of attraction will receive those grateful thoughts and give you more just like them. Life, faculties, production. In other words, individuality, liberty, property. This is man. And in spite of the cunning of artful political leaders, these three gifts from God precede all human legislation and are superior to it. If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves doesn't disturb us. To all Earth's creatures, God has given the broad earth, the springs, the rivers, and the forests, giving the air to the birds and the waters to those who live in water, giving abundantly to all the basic needs of life, not as a private possession, not restricted by law, not divided by boundaries, but as common to all, amply and in rich measure. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. The more we search for ourselves, the less likely we are to find ourselves, and the more we search for God and to serve our fellow men, the more profoundly we will become acquainted with ourselves and the more inwardly assured. This is one of the great spiritual laws of life. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. You can start with nothing, and out of nothing, and out of no way, a way will be made. Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become. If you are cruel, you are unhappy, and if you hurt someone, you will be hurt back. Our subconscious minds have no sense of humor, play no jokes, and cannot tell the difference between reality and an imagined thought or image. What we continually think about eventually will manifest in our lives. What goes around comes around. Thinking about comfort, strength, flexibility, and youthfulness attracts those qualities into your life and body. Dwelling on illness, fear, disease, and pain does just the opposite. Your work is to notice and change your thoughts and move them in the direction of health and happiness. Give your difference. Welcome my difference. Unify all difference in the larger whole. Such is the law of growth. The unifying of difference is the eternal process of life, the creative synthesis, the highest act of creation, the atonement. Tell no one your goals. Move in silence. Results are louder than any words spoken. What you radiate outward in your thoughts, feelings, mental pictures, and words, you attract into your life. Don't dismiss the synchronicity of what is happening right now, finding its way to your life at just this moment. There are no coincidences in the universe, only convergences of will, intent, and experience. Ranchers need clean water for their stock. Farmers need it for their crops. Every employer needs it to stay in business, and every living thing needs it for life. The law needs to be clear to protect water quality and the rights of landowners. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. Evolution is the law of life. Number is the law of the universe. Unity is the law of God. The universe is the live wire. It carries power sufficient to meet every situation in the life of every individual. When the individual mind touches the universal mind, it receives all its power. There is a truth deep down inside of you that has been waiting for you to discover it. And that truth is this: you deserve all good things life has to offer. Stop trying. Stop struggling. Begin to be calm. To trust in the higher laws of life, even though you do not see them, they are still there. There is nothing more important than developing your imagination to transform your life from the inside world of your thoughts and feelings to the outside world of your results and manifestations. Love is the flower of life, and blossoms unexpectedly and without law, and must be plucked where it is found, and enjoyed for the brief hour of its duration. There is a wonderful mythical law of nature that the three things we crave for most in life, happiness, freedom, and peace of mind, are always attained by giving them to someone else. Stand fully in the now moment with gratitude, enthusiasm, openness, and readiness to respond to life as it greets you. Men do not attract that which they want, but that which they are. Civilization is built on a number of ultimate principles: respect for human life, the punishment of crimes against property and persons, the equality of all good citizens before the law. Be very, very still, and allow every new experience to take place in your life without any resistance whatsoever. You do not have to do anything. You simply have to be and let things happen. Life is that existence that is given to man to live for a purpose, to live to his own satisfaction and pleasure, providing he forgets not the God who created him and who expects a spiritual obedience and observation of the moral laws that he has inspired. Your own life is the way it is because of you and the choices you have made or failed to make. Mind is everything. What we think, we become. Stop looking outside for help. You're sourced and fueled and funded by a renewable resource which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It's your life. Variability is the law of life, and as no two faces are the same, so no two bodies are alike, and no two individuals react alike and behave alike under the abnormal conditions which we know as disease. Disease is not something personal and special, but only a manifestation of life under modified conditions, operating according to the same laws as applying to the living body at all times, from the first moment until death. Be bold, and mighty forces will come to your aid. Nurture your mind with great thoughts. I attract to my life whatever I give my attention, energy, and focus to, whether positive or negative. Listen more. Speak less. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a very good reason. Negative thinking definitely attracts negative results. Conversely, if a person habitually thinks optimistically and hopefully, his positive thinking sets in motion creative forces, and success, instead of eluding him, flows toward him. The problems in life come when we are sowing one thing and expecting to reap something entirely different. Trees are sanctuaries. Whoever knows how to speak to them, whoever knows how to listen to them, can learn the truth. Every single second is an opportunity to change your life, because in any moment you can change the way you feel. The life you are living, experiencing, and feeling are all just a reflection of what is inside you. Stop pointing the finger outward and reflect on yourself, as all answers are within you. Art is a spiritual function of man, which aims at freeing him from life's chaos. Love is not a matter of what happens in life. It's a matter of what's happening in your heart. The more you know, the more you realize you know nothing. Do something useful, and you will have everything you want. Doors are shut for those who are dull and lazy. Life is secure for those who obey the law of work. When each day is the same as the next, it's because people fail to recognize the good things that happen in their lives every day that the sun rises. All our work, our whole life, is a matter of semantics, because words are the tools with which we work, the material out of which laws are made, out of which the Constitution was written. Everything depends on our understanding of them. The law of attraction attracts to you everything you need, according to the nature of your thought life. Life is not a game of solitaire. People depend on one another. When one does well, others are lifted. When one stumbles, others are also impacted. Power operates only destructively, bent always on forcing every manifestation of life into the straitjacket of its laws. Its intellectual form of expression is dead dogma, its physical form, brute force. Love is energy. It can neither be created nor destroyed. It just is, and always will be, giving meaning to life and direction to goodness. Love will never die. The mind should be at rest while the body engages in action. Strange and marvelous things will happen with constant regularity as you alter your life and begin living in harmony with the laws of the universe. Each day of my life I am sowing seeds that one day I will harvest. Gratitude is absolutely the way to bring more into your life. No story is a straight line. The geometry of a human life is too imperfect and complex, too distorted by the laughter of time and the bewildering intricacies of fate, to admit the straight line into its system of laws. Reason is the life of the law. Whatever you experience in your life is really but the outpicturing of your own thoughts and beliefs. The continued existence of wildlife and wilderness is important to the quality of life of humans. The survival of the fittest is the ageless law of nature, but the fittest are rarely the strong. The fittest are those endowed with the qualifications for adaptation, the ability to accept the inevitable and conform to the unavoidable, to harmonize with existing or changing conditions. Every moment of your life is infinitely creative, and the universe is endlessly bountiful. Just put forth a clear enough request, and everything your heart desires must come to you. There is no such thing as a hopeless situation. Every single circumstance of your life can change. What you are focused on is what you get more of in life. One of the strangest laws of the contemplative life is that in it you do not sit down and solve problems. You bear with them until they somehow solve themselves, or until life solves them for you. It is not true that fate slips silently into our lives. It steps in through the door that we have opened, and we invite it to enter. Poetry has its own laws speaking for the life of the planet. It is a language that wants to bring back together what the other words have torn apart. The universe will always remove what is no longer serving you. Love doesn't have to be perfect, for the simple reason that it is the most common and constant truth of all life, all law and order, the very thing which holds everything together, which permits everything to move along in time, and be it wonderful or ordinary self. A man who always tries to maintain his dogmas in order to appear consistent drives himself into a false position. You are an artist. The canvas is your life. Make something worth staring at. It is in struggle and service that our brothers and sisters, individually and collectively, that we find the meaning of life. When individuals are established in universal consciousness, they live the scientific reality of the unity of life spontaneously, in accord with all the laws of nature. This experience alone will transform our collective reality, our human civilization, to one of unity, peace, and harmony. The greatness of nations is shown by their strict regard for human rights, rigid enforcement of the law without bias, and just administration of the affairs of life. The essence of a free life is being able to choose the style of living you prefer, free from exclusion, and without the compulsion of conformity or law. There is no such thing as failure. Failure is just life trying to move us in another direction.